Hi, my name's Adam Kunzmiller with BGG TV at Gen Con 2014, and I'm joined by Christopher Witt and Sean Story with Gamer Nation Studios, and we're here to take a look at Quintessential, the Fifth Element. So, what is Quintessential, the Fifth Element?
So, in this game, we're all alchemy students trying to become the master alchemist.
Okay.
And the challenge put forth to do that is to possess 5 of the fifth element, which are these white dice here. And the first player to do so becomes the new master alchemist.
Okay, so how do we do that?
So, in this game, you are able to do one of 3 different types of actions. You can activate a card in your forge, you can bid on this bottom row, or you can claim an equipment in this shared lab. So we all start with 5 of these different elements.
So each die represents, the colors represent different elements?
Exactly, so fire and water, earth and air, and then the fifth element. Exactly. And inside of your lab, what you've got is like a multi-forge and various formula cards. So one of the things that you could actually do is activate one of your formula cards by placing dice on it. That would actually give you a blue die. You'd be able to roll it. And then there's a rule that basically says that you can free place anywhere on a card in your lab as long as it matches the color.
Okay.
So in this case, we have one right here that would destroy it, returning it to the pool, and instead
Converts it into that kind.
Exactly. But you can then roll that again, and then you can just add that to your pool.
At the heart, this is very much an efficiency engine game. It's about building an engine and getting to those results most efficiently as possible.
And what do the actual results of the rolls have to do with how these things are all working?
That's actually the very second thing that you could do. You could actually bid to get one of these cards, and you're bidding with the value or the quality of the element that you produced. And so there's also a few extra things that you can bid on. You can actually bid to get an extra worker. It's a one-time use. It's an extra action on your turn, so you can do 2 things. You can bid to become the start player, which is randomly determined at the start. You can also bid on draw, which allows you to just blindly take a new formula card and add it to your personal lab. The third thing you can do is claim, and when you're claiming a card, it's a first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be able to fulfill the requirements of the claimed card. In this case, this one requires 3 different elements, and you would receive the 4th one that you didn't place.
Makes sense.
On the card. Yeah. So basically, we're all going through trying to build up and build new elements so that we can use one of these forge cards to be able to create a new 5th element.
It looks like most of the 5th elements come by way of combining the 4 elements in some form.
Exactly, yeah. So in our personal lab, what you could do is actually put one of each element on it. Those would be destroyed. You would lose those and get a 5th element back.
Now, can you do anything with the 5th elements that you have, or do you just stockpile them until you manage to get the most?
Well, they're actually very, very flexible because they can act as any element that you want. So you can use, 2 5th elements on any card to activate it. You can also use them up here as a wild card as well. So they're very flexible.
The exception and the golden rule in Quintessential is a white die cannot be used to create a white die.
Makes sense.
All right. Another aspect too, the anti-elements.
Oh yes. So if a player is outbid, so he presents a higher quality element, and then whoever is outbid receives a consolation prize of one of these anti-elements. And these can be used, they're wild as well, except for, unlike the 5th element, which is, indestructible, these are very reactive, and so anytime you use them, they're immediately removed and returned back to the pool. So they're one-time use. The other way that you can go to try and get a 5th element is with this card here. And this one actually takes 4 of the same element and gives you a 5th element. So there's different strategies for going after multi or mono.
I imagine these are replaced as they're taken?
No, these are, these are, yes.
Yes.
The biddable cards are.
From the draw deck.
each round, whoever is the winner receives that card, and then you refill and continue playing.
And how many players does this support?
This plays 5 players, and 2 to 5 players.
2 to 5, and a typical game will last
45 minutes.
All right, great. That's a really nice overview. And this, you're in development now, sometime in 2015?
Hopefully sooner, actually.
Okay.
We're looking with our current manufacturers to see this in the early to mid-fall of this year.
All right, great. And that was Quintessential, the 5th Element.